Okay, so here we go. We are going to start with the McLaren livery. I've got it up on the screen here, so we're going to have a quick watch, see what we got. I'm not expecting it to be too different. Obviously, it's probably still going to be orange. Oh, there you go, straight away. Is that any different to what we had? They've still got the chrome on the wheel rims. Same sponsors, obviously. I think that is largely the same paint job, I think. I'm just going to move that away from me a bit. Oh, it looks a bit different on the nose. I'm a big fan of that black stripe down the middle. That looks very cool. Is that all I'm going to get? I think that is all I'm going to get. Oh, no, here we go. No, I'm going to get more. Oh, it's doing burnouts. That's quite sick. And there you go. Okay, so there is the 2026 McLaren. I quite like that, actually. That is not too bad. I think, for the most part, it's the same. They've got a little bit of blue down here with the DP World logo. That's new. It's blue up on the air intake there, which is also new. I can notice that. Still a bit of blue around the cockpit and the driver's cell, so that's changed. That is the same. And then I think that black stripe has been changed a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit. But for the most part, I'm actually a big fan of that. Obviously, once again, the chassis looks very nice. I'm liking the black on the front wing. That looks very good. And they haven't changed the chrome sort of logo on the wheel rims, which they've had for quite a while. But that is a nice looking livery. I quite like that. A lot of people are complaining, I think, because it's the same. I don't like when the livery's the same. With the McLaren, there's a few teams on the grid. McLaren is one, Red Bull is another, where you just don't really need to change the livery because you're in a sort of state where it looks like it looks good with what they have. And right there, it's another prime example of that. They don't need to make too many changes. They've made a few alterations here and there, like very minor ones. But in the grand scheme of things, you don't really need to change the livery too much to make it pop. So I think I'm actually quite impressed with that livery. I'm going to give that what am I going to say? Is it better than the Haas? Yes, it is. I'm going to go an 8.5 out of 10 for the McLaren. I'm a big fan of that. I quite like that. So yeah, 8.5 for McLaren. Let's move now onto the Aston Martin. Okay, so here we are. We're going to get into the Aston livery now. One thing I wanted to talk about before we have a look at this paint job. Obviously, I didn't watch the livery reveal live, but I heard that it was like the stream kept crashing when they broadcasted it live, and the fact that it was pre-recorded but done as a live stream. So I don't really see how, when you're Aston Martin, a team which has so much money and so much backing, you have a pre-recorded video, you send it out as a live stream, and then it crashes and pauses up to 11 times. That doesn't really sit well, and I think you got to do a bit better if you're Aston Martin, if you're gonna have it crash that many times on a pre-recorded video. Hopefully this should be all good. I think this will be all good because this is like the upload afterwards. But aside from the technical difficulties, let's have a look at the livery. Press play. Is it black? Oh my god, it might be black. No. What do we got? It's green. It's green. There you go. It's green. That's something. I think that's about the same. Oh, there's a little bit of yellow on the side pod. I don't mind that. Ooh. I quite like that, Yeah, I like that. That's cool. It's got the Valvoline logo on the front. I do like that. That's cool. Coinbase, Madden, powered by Honda. Core weave up the top. I'm liking this yellow on the side pod. That is quite cool. Aston Martin logo down the front, obviously. For Aston Martin reasons. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I like that. That is a really, really cool car. Yeah. Oh, it's Danny Alonso and Mr. Stroll having a look. I mean, they would have known it already. I'm a big fan of that. very big fan of that. That is so good. Yay, claps, 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 claps all around. There's Stefano. Oh no, we're still going. We still got the cello bloke over in the corner. We're still going. Is that it? Oh, and then it had the James Bond riff at the end. Oh, that's tough. That is so many kinds of tough. Excuse the ad there, but we're going to get on with it now. So, honestly, once again, it's another one of those teams which it doesn't really need to change anything to still look good and to still keep that brand identity, if you get what I mean. But that is a very sleek-looking car. In the last sort of, like, four years, the Aston Martin has always been one of my favourites. I am a massive fan of that British racing green colour. I think it looks utterly, utterly sublime. It looks so cool, and that is no exception. I love the yellow highlights on the air intake and on the side pods. That is very cool. But overall, a really sleek livery. This is going to be bold. This is going to be very bold. But I'm actually going to give that a 10 out of 10. I think that is the only 10 out of 10 I have given on this grid. But I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I am a huge fan of that. That is, without a doubt, my favourite livery we've seen so far. That is so good looking. But yeah, that is the Aston Martin. Very nice. I don't really have much to say on this. So we're gonna move on to Cadillac. Okay, so here we are. We have the Cadillac video up now. Now I've already seen the livery, so I know what it looks like. But we're gonna watch this anyway for those of you who haven't seen the video. So let's click play, press start. I actually haven't watched the video, but I do know what the livery looks like. So we'll have a look at the video. It's all very aura. TWG joins grid. Oh, they're doing like the building thing. Yeah, I remember Red Bull doing this a few years ago. I say a few years ago, back in like 2014, they did that. Yeah, this is cool. I like this. Oh man, that's so sick. I wonder who that is. Is that Checo or Valtteri? Battery Voltas. Oh, that's sick. Because it's so cool, because like on this side of the car it looks like an old McLaren, like a West McLaren, and then on the other side it looks like an Andrea Moda. It's so cool. It is such a cool livery. I really like that. Nice. The mission begins. Cadillac. Awesome. Okay, so that is the livery. We're going to end the video... Well, we're going to end watching this video there. What do we think? I think it looks really cool. As soon as I saw this livery on Twitter, because obviously they've got the black on one side and white on the other side, the first thing I thought of was the old BAR livery from 1999, where they wanted to launch two liveries. The FIA didn't allow them, so they combined the two and basically had one side of the car as blue and yellow, and the other side as red and white. It's giving off vibes like that, how they've split it down the middle, and then they've sort of faded it at the nose here. But I'm honestly a really big fan of that. A lot of people weren't that happy from what I understand. A lot of people were hoping for that yellow livery, which got sort of like half teased towards the end of last year. That would have been cool to have, but honestly, the way they've split it, the white, the black, the silver in the middle, I think is just as good. And honestly, this is going to be another brave one, another brave rating, but I'm going to go for another 10 out of 10, because it's not really the colour which gives me that 10 out of 10 vibe, but it's the concept. It's the concept of having it like different on both sides, and then having it fade in the middle. I think is really, really clever. Really cool. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. So that is now the second 10 out of 10 livery on the grid. Out of all 11 teams, I've done two 10 out of 10s. Not a bad ratio in the grand scheme of things, but yeah, I'm a really big fan of the Cadillac, and it's just different. Like, I know the white and the black is a bit basic. You know, the V-carb is white, the Haas is white, The Audi has got that silver. Like, it does fit into what everybody else is doing, definitely. But I think there's enough difference in there with the split livery that once we get out on track for testing, it will stand out from the other cars. So for that reason, definitely a 10 out of 10 for Cadillac. Really, really superb livery. And that is going to conclude this video.